Hello, lovelies. Hello. Ignore my floor. I think I probably say that every week because you guys can see the floor right over there and my pile of stuff. It's easy over there though. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Heather. Hey, Pam. Hey, Barb. I'm sleepy today. Do I say this every Wednesday? Because I'm such an early bird. So, the fact that I do this at 8 o'clock every Wednesday is a miracle because typically I'm sitting in front of the TV nodding. I'm starting to nod out. But no, I am sleepy today because I took like a 5 minute nap at like 1 o'clock. And once I do like a 15 minute nap, like a power nap, I'm usually just fine. But today, I took another one at like 6:15. I never do that. So I was like, oh, I needed two today? I did do a lot of work today though. So maybe that's it. I did a lot of catching up. So, hello. So are you guys gonna I gave you all that printout, that cute little coloring, the little girl, my sassy girl, for people to color. Is anybody gonna color her in tonight? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint her tonight. Is anybody painting her? Or are you guys gonna be adventurous and draw your own face in person? I'd love to see what people do with her, but I also would just simply love to see what you create. As usual, I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If there's anyone new here and you hear me speaking, but you would like to chat with us in the chat room, you do need to be logged in to chat. We go for an hour. I try to end within an hour. This is Art Party Wednesdays with TR. And my blog is www.tiaresmith.com. That's trsmith.com. I'd love for you to go and be a fan and sign up and join us every Wednesday or join us each day for the Embrace Your Art Challenge. Embrace Your Art 365. We create art every day and we share in the Embrace Your Art daily page on Facebook. Something's in my eye. Well, anybody? Sharon, Pam, Roberta. I think that's Roberta. Barb, any of you? Heather, coloring the image that I gave, or you creating your own? You guys hear me? It's 8 o'clock. Is it time to get started? Are you guys chatting? And it's just not showing up? Okay. I see. I see Barb did reply. All right. Wow, it's 8:01. Time is just zooming by. So I'm going to go ahead and change the angle of my camera and we're going to get started. Oh, cool. You're going to do a canvas. All right. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got my page here. I have not gessoed because I'm not ready. I'm not ready to gesso. I decided not to gesso yet, although I guess I could have, because what I wanted to do was put her on the page first. So what I'm going to do with her actually is rip around her. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and adhere her to my page. So I just ripped her out, and I can then adhere her to my background. And I'm just getting her close. I want her closer to the edge, so I'm just tearing this a little bit closer on the side. So she'll just go somewhere like right here. Hello, 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 Mama Rose. Hello, Miss Miko. Thank you. Hey, Vicky. All right, so what I'm going to do is use my gel medium and go ahead and get her adhered to the page. And then we're going to paint her, and then I'm going to add gesso. Or maybe I'll add gesso before I paint her, just around the edges, and then we'll do the background. But I'm going to do the background after I paint her. Okay, so I've got my gel medium. You all know that I love gel medium for adhering, and I just am slathering it on with my fingers and hoping that if I put it on the front, it doesn't make the ink bleed. Although this is supposed to be archival ink my printer uses. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's bleeding, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna move fast. It is bleeding, as you can see, but my paint will cover that up. I really want to get the edges. So she's got a sepia, a sepia look now. Grabbing a baby wipe. Hey, Brenda. All right, so I'm gonna dry this a little bit. And then we are going to paint her and make her beauteous. Beauteous. Alright, so I hope you got a paint palette or something close by that you can add your paint to, and some nice paint brushes. I'm going to pull a couple of them out. I want some different sizes. I swear, every time I look into my paint can, I just feel like I'm missing paint brushes. What in the world? I don't see my little bitty paintbrush in here. I don't know what I'm doing with my brushes. I'm looking for my little bag. I just taught a class with all my brushes, so I'm wondering, did I not bring them all back into my space? Because this is looking a little shabby. So anyway, I have that one. Of course I'm missing some brushes, but where in the world are they? Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Just let me go look in my bathroom where I wash my brushes to see if I left them in there. Okay, I'm back, and I must say, I don't see my brushes. They must be downstairs. So we're gonna make do with the brushes that I have here and hope that I don't get too crazy and that I'm able to make it happen with the brushes that I have. The only part I'm worried about is really when I get to the lips, what in the world is gonna happen with the lips? Alright, I'm just gonna get started with these tips and we're gonna make it happen. That's how we roll. Alright. Alright, so I have the colors that I'm going to be using for skin, and I'm using milk chocolate and honey brown, and I'm actually going to start off with the milk chocolate and do the edges of her first, like where I would have darker skin or the shading. I'm going to do that part first. Be sure to have, I always say have a paper towel nearby for dabbing your wet brush on. So I am just going to take the dark and do her edges in the milk chocolate, which seems to be, there we go, seems a bit light. And I'm really only taking it where I would add a little bit of shading or where I think the skin might be a little darker. I always add shading around the hairline. And of course, as you guys know, when light hits your face, it hits the parts of your face that kind of stick out some. So just think of like the lightest part being like your forehead, the bridge of your nose, right here above your lip, your chin, things like that. But then other than that, you usually have some shading around the hairline, and you have shading, sometimes around the eyes or the cheekbones and things like that. And with paint with acrylics, you know, you can go back in and make this lighter. So I just go in and start painting where I want it to be darker or think it should be darker. But when you start adding your other paint colors, you can lighten it back up. This is paint. And Galena, maybe you need to reboot. This is acrylic paint. I'm using the Americana. You guys know that I use Americana all the time. I do have a few Goldens, but as you know, Golden is pretty expensive. So I don't use Golden paint much. And I always like to kind of imagine that what the bridge of the nose is going to look like. And I usually will use the darker paint here to define the shape of the nose. And of course, you're not going to see any of this probably by the time I'm done, but for now, this is where my darkness is going. And I like to add shading like around the shoulders and the top of the clothing. Now you see that my color bled from my ink, but I can either leave it and not worry about it, or later on, once I finish my painting, I can go back around this and use a black pen or, you know, black paint marker to darken things in. And of course, when I add the lighter color, then I'm going to start blending. And then I'm going to need an even lighter color for... What does our links open mean? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pam. I don't know what that means. You know, if you're talking about links to get this picture, you can get this picture, yes. I don't need to use my heat gun. Yeah, you should be able to. If I'm supposed to do something other than, you should be able to post it in here. I'm typing right now. I'm posting it. I know that we have posted links before, so you should be fine. Yep, see there. I just posted the link to my blog. And if you go there, who has to open links? Because mine posts. There's my link to my blog if you need to go pick up the if you need to go pick up the picture. You guys have to give me more information because I don't see where I can do that. which is so interesting because last time somebody posted links, let me see. Okay. Okay, now it should work. I just opened it, so it should work. I see your post, your link, Pam, so that should do it. All right, so now I'm going on and I'm starting to add another color, my not the skin color, which is it's called honey brown, and I'm just gonna. It usually blends, but I think I've waited too long. Plus, I don't have any gesso on her, and the gesso helps the colors to blend better. So the first layer is always kind of ugh looking to me, but it will change once you start layering more. The first layer to me is always a funny looking layer. I think I'm liking this paintbrush. I can't find my paintbrushes. So I know I'm quiet. I'm going to tell you I'm sorry because I probably will be quiet a lot because when I'm painting faces, I tend to get a little quiet. So please forgive me if as I'm painting, you're like, hello, hello, hello. So she's looking a little funky, but she's going to get prettier and prettier. Again, the layers to me always look a little wonky, the first layer. Then as you start to add more and more, it starts to take shape. And I'm trying to not paint slow. I'm trying to paint a little faster than I usually do because we have an hour and I'm always determined to be done within that hour. It's really cool as you paint. Hey Tommy Joe, to me, to see it change and transform into something pretty. It's always when I first started painting and I didn't understand, how the layering is what brought my pictures to life. I I had a hard time because I looked at this first layer and I was like, this is awful. And I think I probably shucked a couple of them, just got rid of them because I was like, this is not good. This was not what I expected. But then the more you play and do all of this, the more you start to understand and learn about the paints and how this all comes together to create a nice piece of art. And Smash books, let me say, this Smash book came from, they have them at like Wa- um, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross for like $3.99. Okay? Yes, yes, Tamiko. I'm telling you, I would throw them in the garbage. I would just, because I didn't understand the layers, and I'd be just like, that's ugly. That's not what I expected. And then, of course, you start working with the layers and you understand. Well, tonight I don't know that she's going to get 3 layers, but she will definitely get 2 because, as you can see, she looks spotty. But as I put on this next layer, look how smooth just the next layer looks. I mean, just that fast. I don't know if you can see it. See how smooth her forehead looks now compared to the rest of her face? Yes. You've got to do layers and you've got to be patient and just play with your paints and layering to get the results that you want. And I'm painting over her eyebrows, but I can see them. So I'll go back in, with either paint or something. Now look, she's getting prettier and prettier. Then we're going to go back in with the dark color and get our shading back in there. And you just keep painting until you're satisfied. And remember, like I said, it's acrylics. So if you mess up, you can paint over it. And maybe she will get 3 coats. Can't help myself. I don't know. We'll see. Because I also don't like necessarily having perfectly smooth looking skin. I love the different textures and shades that your painting provides. So remember that, she doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. You want to see all the different, because honestly, our skin is like that. Our real skin, if we look at our skin, there are multiple shades of color. I know my face isn't perfect. That's why women wear makeup, to even out their skin tone. So this is more realistic when you see all the different shades that come into play. Now, I typically don't like to do faces. If I had a drawing, it would have taken us forever. Faces on Wednesday night, because faces to me take time. They take time, and then I want it to be perfect, and I could work on a face. Honestly, I could take the whole hour and just work on the face. but I'm going to try not to do that tonight. Hello, Red Coffee, Kofi, or Coffee, hi Arnett. Alright, I do think I'm going in with one more pass, and then I promise I'm just going to start adding the shading back in. Doesn't mean that I won't use this color again, but at least I want to get her looking a little bit different. Love that. Look at her. She's looking pretty. Trying not to paint over all of my details so that I can see where the different elements of her face are, so I'm not just making a whole new face, needing to draw everything in again. Now I can still see where I had the shading, and I'm going to go back in with my dark color and add some shading. Now this is the part too where you start blending more too, or at least for me. Actually, I would have already started blending, but I would have had gesso. My paint is not blending as much as it typically does, and I think it's because I'm painting directly on the paper. So I just go back in with my darker color, and I might add the lighter shade to it. See, so this is blending a little bit more. And you can get both of the colors in there until you like the way your shading looks. See, so I really like that much better because it's sort of blending better with her skin. Again, down here by her neck, under the chin. And so now I can grab the light color and the dark color and make sure that it blends nicely, and just keep doing it until I'm satisfied. See, so now it looks more blended instead of such a very stark contrast. Going back up here, around her hairline. much nicer. And then again, I still like to take the dark color and sort of have the nose defined a bit. And I'm just kind of lightening it up a little bit over here, just a little, because I don't want it to be too dark. I like having my shading, but I don't want it to be super, super dark. So I add the other color, which lightens it a bit. And she looks more like she's got some shading than a black eye or bruises. So I'm liking how she's looking. And I gotta add a little bit to my shoulders again. The top of the dress. And I am going to bring in some of the lighter color again, just so that the contrast is not so great and it's a little bit smoother. There, I love it. She is coming together, and we're going to make her come together quickly. So I'm not going to say she'll be looking perfectly as if I had sat here by myself doing this with more than an hour. Because we got to move on. It's already 8:36. See, that's what I mean. Painting faces and getting it to where you want it to look, it's not easy. It'll take up a lot of time. Just adding some here where it looks like I didn't really touch 2 times. Now we've got to add a little bit of lightness to it. I'm sorry. It is one of my drawings, Tommy Jo. You can actually download her on my blog. If you want her, she's yours to have and to use for free. So what I do with the skin color is I'll get some white and just mix it to give me a lighter shade. For the highlights of the face. And I don't like to make my highlights super light. So I do like to use the same color that I use, but don't get too crazy. You want it to be seen, but I don't want it to just be like, you know, super light compared to the rest of her. So the forehead is always a bit lighter. Bridge of the nose. Right above the lip. Chin. And then sometimes you might have some lightness under the eyes, under or over the eyes. Add a little bit to her neck. And as you can see, it's just a little bit lighter. I didn't make it a whole lot lighter. It looks lighter on the screen to me, but if you see it in person, it's not glaring at me. And I'm also able to pick up the regular color if I want it to touch up any other areas that I need to touch up. Otherwise, she's looking pretty good to me. Ooh, I almost dropped my brush, which would have drove me crazy. Alright, so this is how she looks so far, and I really like her. And I'm going to stop with the face business, and I am going to go ahead and do her eyes, which I'm actually going to use the same brown that I used for the dark places of her face, so that she has brown eyes. I think I probably have enough brown on my plate already. And since my ink smeared, it looks like it's brown ink anyway, I'm going to have to go back over her pupil with black, but I'll do that later. Okay. And now I'm going to paint her hair, and it's just going to simply be black. Because we got to move this puppy along. So I'm just going to try to move a little bit faster. And I'm just going to give her hair like a coat or two of black. And I'll add back in the details. And when I'm painting with her hair, this kind of hair, I just kind of paint you see, I just let the brush kind of go crazy on the ends, because honestly, it's like African American hair, and our hair is curly. So it's not going to be a perfectly straight line. So I just let it just make wonky edges. That's the best way that I can say it. I did, Galena. I made pancakes. I know my husband was happy when he came home. Because I asked last week if he wanted pancakes. And I wanted one pancake. So I was like, if I just make you one pancake, will you be okay? And he looked at me like I had four heads and 10 eyes or something. So I didn't make them last week because I was like, I'm not making a bunch of pancakes. You just must be crazy. I just wanted one pancake, right? So I just didn't make the pancakes. Well, today I was like, you know what? If he gets one pancake, he's not going to care. He going to eat it and he going to be happy. So I cut it in half, the mix in half of what I usually do. And we still ended up with two pancakes each. So it was all good. And he was happy. He ate his pancakes. He didn't ask where the rest of them were. Cool. Awesome, Sandy. Yes. I would love to see what everyone does with her. Now, I already have one very similar. I'm trying not to just mess up her whole face. So we had a nice dinner: pancakes, eggs, and sausage. Ooh, biscuits. Yummy. I don't do gravy, but I sure would eat a biscuit. Even though, okay, truth be told, I don't usually eat biscuits, and I only eat my whole grain pancakes. We try to eat pretty healthy, but every blue moon, I cannot tell a lie. I really need to learn how to make whole grain biscuits because every blue moon, I would really like to have a biscuit, but I really would prefer that it be a whole grain biscuit. And I've tried several recipes, but haven't been very satisfied. They've been okay, but I want them to be good, yum, and not just okay. Okay, so we got 15 minutes. We might have to go a little bit after 9. We'll see. Think I'm gonna try for one more coat, and I'll just go fast. I just don't want her to be all splotchy, spotty everywhere. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just kind of went outside the lines, but that's not a big deal. Yay! I just love painting. I'm just happy. Wow. 2:30 a.m. Ooh. I know, Tamiko. I see it. We're not gonna make it. I don't think we gonna make it, girl. We ain't gonna make it. I'm trying, because I'm gonna go ahead to painting her dress now. I got three colors for the dress, and then her background and her lips, and getting her eyes. Ooh, this paint right here feels like it's dried out. Please don't be dried out. You know, I do try for 9 o'clock. This one might not make it. Y'all not gonna just cut out on me, are you? You gonna cut out on me at 9 o'clock? If I'm not done, I'm gonna be sitting just, it's all by myself. All by myself. I did pick a very easy background idea. Good, thank you. Ever since my birthplace. Oh, like this color is weird to me because it always sort of, gets light there. Of course, that means I probably need another coat. Okay, so Tamiko, do you travel away from your side of town? Cause I'm coming home, and I usually try to get some people together for dinner. We have a friends night out, but it's usually, since most of the people I know actually live north, like near Evanston, it's usually dinner over there. Sometimes we are in the city, but it's still sort of north or northwest. I would love to meet you if you're a traveling girl. If you're not, please just say, "Nah, girl, I'm not coming all the way over there just to have dinner," and I totally understand. All right, so I'm just moving forward because that blue is driving me nuts, but this is making me happy. So did y'all hear the verdict with Pharrell and Robin Thicke? They got to pay $7 million to Marvin Gaye's kids because they stole this song. Everybody in the world knew. I know as soon as I heard it, I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, I know that song. Yep. And my friend gonna say, "I really like Pharrell. I don't think he do that." I'm like, "Girl, please, money on the line. Money is on the line. When money is to be made, you better believe in the greed of people. Furthermore, you don't know Pharrell. How much time you spent with Pharrell? Okay, cool. Yep, so I don't know where yet my bestie, my Chicago bestie is in charge. And this is a third color right here for the flower petals. Um, and the colors that I just used, the flower petals are sea glass. The top of the dress is Bahama blue, and the dress itself is primary blue. Just so you guys know. And I am doing one heck of a messy job trying to hurry up and paint. Just for now. You can hear that Marvin Gaye all day long. I'm like, really? And y'all gonna say no? That's not true? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're getting close. We're getting close. Just, you know me, just adding another layer to make it pretty. She's colorful. Cause her lipstick's gonna be like pink or something. I like it, I like it, I like it. And I'm gonna go back in and add some details with my paint pen, marker, something. And then she really, really gonna be pretty. Now I wanted to just use my gelatos for her lips. But I think I'm gonna get some paint. I'm gonna get red paint. I need to get one of those Ross Cogs, whatever those things are. My paint is on the shelf, and I tell you, when I pull it down, I knock it all on the floor every time. I need a better system. When we go to Costco this weekend, I'm gonna look for some storage. Yes, I'm gonna be quiet now because now I'm concentrating. I don't know what 3,000 kilometers is. Sandy, you have to translate that. So, Tamiko, yeah, I know it's gonna be somewhere in the northern suburbs. I'm thinking. I don't know, to be truth be told. All I know is her and my mother have some rules to follow. I really don't want to just go to places that I don't can't go to nowhere that I could go here, and I really prefer someplace I've never been. So I'm just coming home, and I mean, you know, we have our favorites, but we like to have new experiences. I like her lips. Her lips looking good. Oh, she making me happy. All right, I'm grabbing some markers because it'll just make me happy to give her a little bit of detail. It really would, because then it'll make her look real and happy and pretty. And it's 8:58. All right, so I'm gonna add some detail, and then we're gonna add this background real quick, and we're gonna finish this beauty up. And I like to kind of scratch sometimes my details and not try to be perfect, especially when it comes to the hairline part. I'm just all good with that. And I keep a little piece of paper nearby because I will scribble on it, because of course this isn't dry and it will ruin my pen, but I have found that the little scribble helps. These little things, these little details, just I like adding the details. It just makes it feel more finished to me. I'm not at that point yet where not having the outline is good for me. Bye, Dana. Oh, Empire! Yes, we gotta make it happen. I gotta move fast because I do get off of here and turn Empire on. Let me be truthful. Thank you for being here, and thank you to everyone who is staying with me. We are getting close to being finished. Just adding our little details. Now I can put her eyebrows back in. Now she's starting to look. I know, because I'm like, this for me with the face is fast. See, she's starting to look good. You put those details back in. I love it. I'm getting quiet, I know. Concentrating. And then I like to scratch, like do light lines in the iris. I just kind of scratch them in. Her nose is really crooked. I swear that's the first nose I drew. I drew it in crooked and I redid it and then I drew it in crooked this time. Oh well. Whatever. She looking good. Lengthen her eyebrows a little bit more. Oh, I think she's looking good. I'm liking her. I am liking her. Alright, so now I'm going to just move on. You know me. First, let me get my white out and add some white. You know I can't. She got to have some lip gloss going on. A little dot of white to the eyes. And then, I don't know why, but I like to kind of add a little detail back into the hair. Just a little. Maybe that look like worms or something. I don't know. But that's okay. Maybe she's got a little salt and pepper. I like that actually. It's weird, but I like it. I put white in someone else's hair and I liked it. So she's got a little funky thing going. Good. Alright, so now I do have to get out my gesso for real so we could do this little last part. And I'm just going to pour some gesso on the page. And try not to get it on her. And use my fingers to spread some around. I really am putting it on because I want it to hit the edges. Hit the paper, but hit the edges of her. Might have got a little carried away. Yes, I wanted the edges to appear to blend a little bit better. I think I got too much down here. I'm gonna pick a little bit of that up. And I don't care about it being perfect or not. I just want it on there. And then I am going to dry it. And I'm going to add some gelatos. And then we're going to see. Alright, so I got to dry a little bit. We're not doing too bad because we're almost done. Once we add the gelatos, we can add a little a phrase or word, and if you want to add some stamps or doodles, you can. But that's really all I was thinking about doing. So I really do like the way she looks. And what I was planning on was just adding some gelatos around her. For color. But I want the color to sort of progress. So you have some pink. Then I'm going to add like a peachy color. And then I was going to add some red. And just get crazy. Spreading with my finger. And then hopefully the next color will blend. Probably can heat it up some. Or get some water on your finger. Yep. That's what I wanted it to look like. Ooh, ain't that pretty? Yes. They do have new colors. I don't think I have them. I don't think I have them, but gosh, I got so many. I have to go look. So I wanted this to blend out. Yes, I love the way the pink and the peach frame her and give her her glow. I'm just wiping her hair to get some of the gelatos that I got on the edges out, because I want her hair to be nice and vibrant. Love it, love it, love it. Now I am going to grab my trusty old black ink pad. I'm going to ink the edges. Since I'm not going to really do any stamping or anything on it, I'll just ink the edges a little bit. And that just gives it a little texture. That's pretty. It's so interesting because you can see the little textures and stuff on the edges that you don't even really realize are there. It's cool. So what you think? Do you guys like it? Alright, last but not least, I am going to add, I just thought I had some stamps, but I'm not going to stamp. I just thought I found these, and then I could use "You Are a Work of Art." What do you think? You are a work of art, or I pulled out "You Are a Work of Art" and I pulled out "Girl." So I thought about putting that girl. Thank you. Let me just see what I feel like with "Girl" on the page. Because I need to wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. I really like the idea of that girl. You Are a Work of Art does sound great. But it's so funny because I also like that girl. I think I'm going with that girl. Oh, and I gotta find that wonderful rub-on tool that I told Tamiko she needed to have in her life. Excuse me. And I'm gonna get this rubbed on. And hope that these rub on, like I say every time I use a rub on, they're always so scary. Because you just, you don't know when they're going to rub on or not. This one is having a little bit of a time. I'm the L. Just going to keep it moving. No, it doesn't want to rub off. It's not rubbing off nicely. Ugh, that just sucks bottom. Yes. It is not doing too good today. Not the stylus, but the rub-ons are not wanting to not wanting to come off. So I just keep on rubbing. See, it's funny because part of the letter comes off and the other part stays on. Come on. I really don't want to sit here trying to get this rub on here forever. I will pick it up and write it down. See, the eye isn't coming off. I might have to get creative. The popsicle stick dry. You know what? I think the popsicle stick hurts my hands, but I am gonna get something else and see if that helps me at all. Cause this is not going well. But I never have problem with the stylus. It really isn't the stylus. As you can see, it's typically the rub-on itself and not the tool. Alright. This G does not want to rub off. Oh, there. That's funny. I pulled it up the other way and then it came off. But as you can see, it's a little messy. But that's okay because I'm going to get this right here. I'm going to write that girl. I think I'm going to write it because these are gelatos, and gelatos are not as easy to write on. You can write on them with the big brush. I want to scribble, but not sure I can scribble on the gelatos. See, yeah, I can't scribble too much on the gelatos. They're too creamy. I could scribble with the big brush, but I don't really want a big brush scribble. Just a small one. Alright. Maybe a big brush scribble ain't that bad. How about it? There, I'm done. Finally. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. I hope that you were able to download her. I would love to see you paint her, have fun with her, or whatever. I want to see what you did tonight. Post in the Art Party Wednesdays Facebook group or Embrace Your Art. I just want to see what you guys did for coloring page or coloring book inspiration. Alright? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay! Alright, so I will see you all next Wednesday with another fun art journal page project. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. And thanks for staying for like an hour and a half this time. Yay! Alright, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Sweet dreams. And I will see you on Facebook. Alright? Have a good one. Love you much. Smooches, smooches, babies. Bye.